Good morning, my dear kids. Children, in the previous lesson, you have learnt about the components of Scratch, how to open Scratch and make simple projects using blocks from motion, control and pen block menu. And in this lesson, we will learn about changing the appearance of Sprite, changing color and its size, repeating actions, making Sprite say something and adding sound effects in a project. So let's start our new chapter, that is chapter 8, Simple Movements of Sprite. So let's start the chapter and learn how to change the appearance of Sprite. So kids, to create a new project, open Scratch window and click on the File menu. Now choose the New option and a new project opens up with the default cat sprite on the stage. Kids, when you start a new Scratch project, it begins with the cat sprite and you can edit the looks or appearance of a sprite by changing its costume. As you all know that to move our sprite forward, we use when green flag clicked, forever and move 10 steps block so that our sprite will move forward. But have you ever noticed that when our sprite moves on the stage, it is not changing the position of its legs. It is moving in a same position by keeping its right leg forward and move in the same way. But if we want that it will move in a proper manner, so for that we use costumes. Now, what is costume? A costume is the look of a sprite. Every sprite has at least one costume, but some have more. Costumes allow you to have your sprite show different positions, looks, etc. You can rename and edit any sprite's costume. When you click on a sprite in the sprite library, you can tell if it has more costumes or not. So now let's see that how we can change the appearance or costumes of a sprite. So let's start with a simple project to move a sprite. Now for that, first of all click on costumes tab, and as you can see here we have two costumes already added here, and if it is not added you can click on add costumes button and you can choose the different positions or different costumes of a sprite. Like in this Scratch project, to move our cat sprite, we have only two costumes in which it is changing the position of its legs. So we have to add both the costumes here. Some sprites have more than two costumes also. So you have to check the number of costumes and add accordingly. Like here, when we run our project, our sprite is moving and we have already added the costumes, but it is not changing the position of its legs because we have not given any instruction to the sprite to change its position. So for that, we have to use one more block from looks block menu, and that block is next costume. So next costume block is used to change the costume of your sprite. So kids, all the blocks that are related to the appearance of a sprite that you will get from looks block menu. So from here we will choose next costume block. Next costume means to switch to the next costume, means to change the appearance that we have already added in the costume tab. So to change the costume or appearance of a sprite, we have to add costumes first and then we have to give instruction by using next costume block. Now as you can see here, when I click on green flag, my sprite has started moving and changing the position of its leg, but it is moving very fast. So to make it slower, we'll use one more block, that is wait 1 second, and that block you will get from control block menu. So wait 1 second will help you to slow the speed of your Sprite. So as you can see here, I have changed the value also from 1 second to 0.2 second to slow down the speed of our Sprite. Kids, as you can see here that our Sprite has reaches the edge point of the stage, and to turn it back we use if on edge bounce block from motion block menu. But as you can see here that it rotated our Sprite. So now in our next video let's learn how to change the rotation style of Sprite.